Hey guys, we're going to take a look at a replay here. This is a game against HD Sub Sour. He's 2200, a very solid player. He instantly chooses his amplify spec here. For us, I think we just go with the giant spec just because steel balls aren't good, the marksman isn't good, and the steel balls again aren't that good. So we go with the giant. The giant spec allows us to unlock units that we're afraid of. So for example, the boat, the Raiden, those are all pretty bad units. We don't want to see those units when we play Phantom Ray. So here, this is a pretty good pack. I mean, we can always keep these units around. The tank isn't the greatest unit, but it does some chaff clear, and against balls, it's really good for acting as like a chaff. Delays the balls from getting to the tower. We always go for the arc light here. We're not going to take risks and start going for the hound or anything. We're just going to go arc light. It's almost always the best option here. So the first round plays out. Looks like we're going to lose this, but it doesn't matter too much. We expect to lose this. So we skip automatically. He goes for the haste module. For us, we go Phantom Rays. We just put the Phantom Rays in the normal position there. And we just hope that he doesn't have any anti-air. And in this case, there's no anti-air, so we will win. Probably with only just the Phantom Rays surviving. And this is what we love when we go Phantom Rays. We love to see a round 2 where the opponent doesn't have any anti-air, meaning it's an auto win for that round. We also get a level, which is great. So here we go for the improved firing control system just because we got a level. And if we didn't get the level, we'd probably just skip. We get another Phantom Ray and we decide to go for 2 more crawlers. It's either that or 1 more Phantom Ray, but I thought, well, might be better just to go with some extra chaff here. You know, it's either two crawlers or a Phantom Ray. It's kind of tough. I think I think this case we just go for the 2 crawlers. Right, 2 crawlers is always, chaff is always good in this game, right? And even when you're going air, the ground chaff does soak up some shots before the anti-air gets to. Now the opponent went for the Elite Mustang card, which is super scary, and he goes haste module on there. So now these level 3 Mustangs are just massacring the Phantom Rays. They pretty much instantly kill the Phantom Rays. So this is super scary. We are very worried about this because at this damage 155 we would need level 3 Phantom Rays to negate it, and if you were to click the aerial spec we would need level 6 armor to negate the damage. And you could see it kills the Phantom Rays like they're nothing. So here we get a drop here. We go for the fire because the fire is obviously something we need to deal with the chaff and especially the Mustangs. So we get lucky there. We by getting the 5 fire badgers, and we go range right away. And we also put the fuel down just because we have a huge problem right now with the Mustangs. The Phantom Rays will never kill the Mustangs, so we need the Mustangs to burn, and there's no other unit that really can get to the Mustangs because of all of the steel balls and the rhinos in front of it. So with our remaining money, we just keep going more Phantom Rays. No techs yet. We just want to build up the board. And we also sell out of the tank here because the tank's not doing that much. It is acting as chaff, but once you see what the Mustangs go through the tanks like they're crawlers, so we may as well just have some extra money. Now the fire does ignite thanks to the range, and thankfully the threat here has been exterminated very easily. Now we still have another pack now of the level 3 Mustangs to deal with. And thankfully, with the help of the Fire Badgers, they're a direct counter to the Mustangs. They are taking a very long time to burn. Actually, they're pretty tanky at level 3. So here we think about what to do. I was contemplating Electromag here, but I was also worried he might go Photon Emission to counter that. Wasp obviously doesn't make sense. So we just skip here, actually. The opponent goes for the EMP spell here. I'm not really sure why he kind of did that. It doesn't really do that much. You got these 2 packs of Phantom Rays with no technology. You have the Fire Badger. We do add the Napalm now, because we need those 2 techs, range and Napalm. Those are the 2 techs we need to set everything on fire. It's kind of like a Vulcan with the Incendiary Bomb and Sticky Oil Bomb, also known as the War Crime Vulcan. But the Fire Badgers work almost as good as the Vulcan War Crime, and in some cases even better. So we keep getting more Phantom Rays with whatever money we have left over. And still, we don't commit to a tech yet. We want to just have the Phantom Rays ready. And then once we decide on a tech, then we go with the tech. It's more important for the 4 Fire Badgers to have a tech right now than the Rays, because really there's nothing the Rays can tech into that's going to help against the Mustangs. The Cloak isn't going to do that much, because once they start attacking, they'll die instantly. The Shield doesn't do much. And the armor enhancement does nothing, because the Mustangs are so powerful right now. 155 damage. Although a level 2 Phantom Ray with armor will negate 120 out of the 155 damage, and that's before he clicks the aerial spec. So it is something that I'm considering, but it's just too easily countered. It's not. I don't want to fall into a trap. It just doesn't do that much, I think, because we only have 2 packs of the Phantom Rays that are at level 2. So we go for the armor enhancement, and we also start going for an enhanced range starting this round. And the reason for that is because the Fire Badgers, the more range they have, the more fire they spread. It's actually a pretty big deal on the Fire Badger. So I think we have to click the temp range every single round now. So let's see how this battle goes. The Mustangs have just wiped out all the Phantom Rays. There's just and they're also, killing the Fire Badgers really quickly here. It seems like we've been able to win this side, and this is the strong side. So notice that we started placing our Phantom Rays more on the right. That was on purpose, because this felt like this was the strong side, and naturally this felt like this was the weaker side. So strong side, weak side. So here we get a drop here, and I was thinking, should we go Sandworm with the armor tech? But he's got the steel ball, so I decided to just get the Typhoon. We do make 200 more value off the Typhoon anyways, and it does some chaff clear, so I thought it was pretty good to go for it. We just keep upgrading all our rays, and we also get the temp tower range again. And now we start borrowing, because it feels like we need to start borrowing. I think we need to have money for this technology. If we didn't borrow, we wouldn't be able to have a technology here. So we also sell out of the other. So we actually sold out of the Typhoon, just so we could get more Phantom Rays here. Seems like this tank is still doing something because the steel balls, and may delay the steel balls from getting to the tower a little bit. So we decided to just keep that around for an extra round. Notice we don't have range on the arc lights. That's because the fire badgers are doing enough for the chaff clear. It'd be a waste of money to go range on the arc lights, because you basically you just need one kind of like chaff clear unit type. So it's not looking good here. The rays just get instantly killed, and there's so much left over. It doesn't look like there's much left, but it's just an insane amount of damage. So I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't good. Here, the additional deployment is usually what you almost always want to pick, but the problem is that we're getting into the final rounds of the game. There might only be 1 or 2 rounds left, so we just skip, because at this point we would rather go for the quality over the quantity. And yeah, so, and there's the Phantom Rays, they only have 1 tech right now. We need to start getting more techs. So it's not an issue of deployments, it's an issue of just straight money. So we borrow, we get our temp range again. And this time we sell out of the sledgehammer. It seems like the steel balls are not a threat to the tower. And we just keep getting more of the fire badgers, because they were getting killed. So to me, that says we just need to build more. I mean, maybe we have to build another unit type, but I just feel like we just keep going for more and more fire badgers. Just put them a little bit coming in later, so they don't. So the instead of all dying at once, they just start coming in at different times, kind of like late chaff. Opponent goes for some shields here, and now he goes for the armor-piercing bullets instead of the aerial spec, which is interesting. I guess that's so that he can kill the fire badgers quicker. He's at level 4 now, on even level 5. So these are extremely powerful Mustangs. This is very worrying. However, we do have the perfect counter in the form of the fire badgers. So let's see how this round goes. The fire's still coming down. The shield's great. It does come down here, but the shield is still up on this side. So can the fire badgers get into the juicy targets here? It looks like they're actually there's just too many fire badgers, and once a couple of the Mustangs go down, it seems like the rest go down. Now we still lose the round, but it's not by as much as the previous one. So it looks like we're making some progress. This seems like a pretty clear skip. You can argue to go with the smoke bomb, but we do expect shields, so it could be a bit of a risk. We don't really want to take a risk here. Now oil is available, so what we decide to do is we decide to try a cheeky play here with a fire badger and oil. Unfortunately, we don't have the quick teleport, so it's just gonna be this little flank here. And I decided to go for an extra pack of crawlers here, just to make sure that the oil ignites. And we did get, actually, I forgot to say, we went armor the previous round. It's not really because it's doing a lot, but it's doing something, right? It's level 3, it's blocking 180. You know, you can block, I guess, 180 out of the 450. It's, that's like 1/3. You're blocking most of this. You're blocking, 2/3 of this. So now we actually decide to get rain, to get burst. And the reason is because of the shields. The faster we can get the shields down, and plus, there's it's either that or the actual energy shield. I think that just the burst does more, because if we can burst down the bubbles, that's going to be huge for us, that the fire can get in there. So the opponent goes for the smoke and the EMP. That's pretty smart here. We weren't really thinking about this, so we didn't shield. The opponent also has the oil available. He decides to put the oil in the middle too. We do have some chaff kind of going in there, but I guess our own fire is almost enough, really. He almost doesn't need the oil, because we're kind of lighting everything on fire anyways. But for 150, it's probably not too bad. And we go for speed and tower range as usual. So let's see. So we have 2 crawler packs here. I'm positive this is not the right way to do it, but it's just like I don't know. I just wanted to guarantee this from happening. So let's see how this works. Everything is teleporting in, and now the Mustangs start focusing on the fire badgers. Fire badgers didn't even get a shot in, so this is a complete disaster. But let's see how this looks. It at least pulled these half of the Mustangs over here, so they're not doing anything right now, which allows the rest of the army to kind of just kind of pincher in the other half of the army. So it is doing something in terms of distracting the army, but yeah, it's definitely not enough, and we almost lose the game right there. We're down to our last breath here. So I think we both go for this electromag. It's just the cheapest spell. It makes a lot of sense for both of us. So now, after the debacle, we know we're going to get the ignition now, because the fire badgers are already in, and the oil is also all the way into the flank, so there's no way he can block this. The opponent decides to kind of like beacon out, which is smart, so he's only going to lose 1 pack of Mustangs. We decide to just EMP here, so we can disable kind of these Mustangs. Look, they're rank 7 now, which is crazy. And they also have the aerial spec, so these are doing 1,000 damage to the air units. We were only blocking 180 on our biggest pack, so that's about 20%. So what do? We just now we go quad tech ourselves. I mean, it's just kind of like we're running out of things we can do anyways. So we've got the money, we may as well just like beef up all the Phantom Rays. I mean, they'll make them last longer. I mean, maybe they'll go from 2-3 seconds to 4 to 6 seconds. Maybe that makes a difference, maybe not. I just wanted to get this technology because it just seemed like we kind of were running out of stuff to do, running out of stuff to buy here. So we also put another crawler flank here. The fire does come down, and we do end up killing off this 1 pack of Mustangs. But let's see how the rest of the fight is going to play out here. So we got this little side pack here, which is kind of almost like a distraction. So this crawler might have been pretty important just to get the Mustangs to go here and then here. Definitely wasn't intentional. And now we've got this like this kind of charge in the middle where we're almost about to take the tower now. So we kind of split their forces. It was on accident, but at the same time, it was there's a reason why quite often players will put crawlers in the flanks. It's to distract the army. So the army distraction worked insanely good. I don't know what that was. I mean, the fire only did a little bit. Only killed that 1 pack. But the somehow, we were able to win overwhelmingly. So we get some options here. I think the best option is just to get the Wraith and sell it. And now we're at the time where we can do our infamous War Factory play. We have enough money to get a Elite War Factory, put the armor tech and the photon tech on it, and just stick it on the line. And this is going to pop the bubble. It's also going to tank all the shots from the Mustang. And hopefully it's going to win us the game here. So we upgrade our Fire Badgers as a priority because the Firebadgers are killing everything. They're killing the steel balls. They're able to tank the Mustangs for quite a bit. They're doing so much, and our Firebadgers have already gotten to level 5 here. So these are the real VIPs. Now we do level up our highest rays, which are only level 4 right now, and we go for the speed, the temp range, throw a random missile there, and let's see if this is going to win us the game here. So the flank is still useful. It delays this pack slightly. This is still acting as a delay, although the Firebadger didn't do anything. So now these Mustangs are locked onto the War Factory, and they're not gonna. It's gonna take forever for the Mustangs to kill the War Factory. On this side, it's kind of like the other half is just kind of distracted on a single ray, and there's a couple pack of Firebadgers, but they're not really in the main fight. They are starting to chip away at the sides of the Phantom Rays. But it looks like the War Factory is doing what it's intended to do here. The fires is eventually getting onto the Mustangs on this side, so it looks like the Mustangs are going to die, but we do lose the tower, and I wonder if that's going to be really bad for us. That's a level 1 tower, so 9 seconds of debuff. The dying Firebadger gets his last little napalm in here, and that is just doing actually so much. It's so sad to see these high level Mustangs just die from that little that little bit of fire from the Firebadger's last breath. So we'll speed this up, and now there's no question that we win this. And the War Factory is at pretty much at like 80% health, so yeah, perhaps we didn't even need the photon coating, but it just goes to show how powerful the War Factory is compared to the Mustangs. These are Quad-Tech Mustangs. We have some level 5. We've got this one at level 7. Level 5, so yeah, he went mass. He also added in some fangs to act as late chaff. That may or may not have been a mistake. I guess the fags will go into the fire, so not so sure about this play. Maybe more Mustangs would have been better, but because he's elite Mustang spec, every single Mustang costs 400, so I can understand he was kind of struggling with the cost of the Mustang, so he had to build other units. And it was also very lucky that his steel balls didn't level up, because they would have been able to counter the Firebadgers. But the problem was the Firebadgers, they got up to a certain level to the point where they were killing the steel balls pretty quickly. Now, in that last round, the steel balls eventually overwhelmed, but I guess we could have clicked Scorching Fire as a potential technology if the steel balls were more threatening. So anyways, that was just to show a Quad-Tech Phantom Ray game versus a Quad-Tech Mustang game. All right, hopefully that was enjoyable, and we'll see you in the next one.